Man, what the hell happened to my TV? I'm trying to figure this shit out. Man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I've been fucking struggling with with a couple things, trying to keep this weight down. I mean, I'm over here like fucking starving myself, literally starving myself, trying to keep my weight down. You know what I'm saying? I go 3 days no food. I'm losing weight and stuff, bro. I ate one fucking hamburger. What's going on, Pro Style? A nigga eat one fucking hamburger and gain all the fucking weight back, bro. It's so annoying, man. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep my weight down and get in shape, trying to do good, trying to eat good. Well, not eat good, because I mean, literally, when you trying to be healthy, you can't eat good, right? It's all about not eating good. I don't know what's going on. I should just have went to Tubi and went to Bloomberg the regular way. Okay, there we go. You know, trying to do it the regular way, man. It's so freaking annoying to have to figure it out the old-fashioned way. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do 10,000 steps, 15,000 steps, trying to get this weight off me. I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? My highest was like I got up to 257. I'm at 241 right now. So I'm doing my best, man. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying. You know, trying to do good, trying to keep my weight down. You know, but it's not easy. It's not easy, especially as you get older and stuff. You know, I'm trying to track my steps, and then the devil always tempts you, bro. The devil stays tempting you because I went on this like intermediate fasting thing where it's like, okay, I'm not going to go out and eat, right? I'm going to eat all my stuff at home. I was literally just eating like chicken breasts. I'm literally just eating chicken breasts. And sure enough, this girl that I met at a gas station, man, she had a dumb fat ass, bro. Dumb fat ass. Okay? It's just a big dumb fat ass. She hit me up out of nowhere like, "Oh, I wanted to come see you. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah." And that's how I know the devil is always trying to like knock you off your game because how you just pop up out of nowhere and I haven't called or text you in 2 or 3 days, and now I'm committed to this plan of action of eating a certain kind of way, and now you want to come back into my life, and the first thing you want to do is have me take you out to eat, right? And then allude to the idea that if I take her out to eat, I'm possibly gonna get some ass from that. That was how I know it's like, man, the devil is really out here, man. The devil's really out here because the one thing I want right now in 2026 is I want to get my weight down. I want to get below 200 pounds. I want to get below 200 pounds. If I can get back down to like 190, oh my God. If I can get back down to 190, 185, like I would really love that shit, man. Where I felt like my healthiest, I felt my strongest, I felt the fastest, I felt the lightest at 190 pounds. You know, that shit felt so good. So I want to get back there, and that's the goal, man. Shout out to the people watching this right now. Shout out to the people watching this right now. Let's get into the charts, man.
Bruh.
You know, shout out to the people watching this right now. Y'all watch it. Get into this chat, man. Get into this chat. I gotta beat my ass because I gotta get back to posting regular videos because that's what's really gonna like grow the channel. Like the lives are cool because the lives are like people who already fuck with you. But if I want to grow this channel again, it's gonna require me to post videos like regular ass videos. And I gotta find a way to like make that kind of content again without it being some small cap bullshit. Because I'm just so tired of small caps and how they like fuck people up. You know what I'm saying? It fucked me up for years. Didn't start making real money until we started fucking with these options. But when you build a web presence based off, based on small caps, and then you switch over, a lot of these motherfuckers now have moved on to meme stocks. They moved on to crypto. They moved on to sports betting. Right. So you're just trying to fight to keep that energy up, you know, against a wind. I got to get better at options trading. Do you have any courses? Pro style, I don't have a course right now. Of course, I had a course for a long time. Um, if you want to send me a message at happypennystocks@gmail.com, happypennystocks@gmail.com, I'll send you the book called the Option Traders Bible. It's basically a huge 700-page ebook of option trading strategies. And then I'll also send you a link to some really good option trading videos that you should watch. Okay. What I hate so much about now is that like courses are so fucking expensive now. It's ridiculous how expensive courses are. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I appreciate you, Pittsburgh. I appreciate you, bro. Like, we're getting back into it, man. I'm getting back consistent. It's only been, a week. It's only been no, this would be next Friday will be no, this coming Friday will be 2 full weeks of consistency. So just 14, really 6 days of consistency because I broadcast 3 times a week. Prior to that, I was going every single day and I kind of burnt myself out. So we going now, 3 times a week, and that's good. And that's good. I mean, because there's a whole bunch of other people, out here streaming. A whole bunch of other people got you guys' attention. I want to come on here and really just break it down the way I break it down and the way you guys like it. You know, let's talk about today's trading session, which was a sideways trading day because of valuations. That's really all it was today. We just have a lot of expensive fucking stocks out here. It wasn't because of earnings. Okay. It wasn't because of earnings, which the banks, right? The banks during earnings seasons, the banks present first, right? You had your Bank of America, you had Wells Fargo today. You had Wells Fargo today actually, you know, it was a turd. Uh, and was it represented in the stock? Let me see. Yeah, it was a turd today. Wells Fargo was a miss. I saw that. Bank of America, JP Morgan. JP Morgan makes $150 million a day profit, and that stock sold off. All right. JP Morgan makes $150 million a day profit, bro. Profit a day. Look that up. That's real shit. Look that up. I didn't believe it when I read it too, but what's his name did a whole podcast on Jason Brown, the guy who was on CNBC, the white dude who acts a little black. There's some prediction market trader YouTubers, some making money off of it. I never tried it. Yeah, prediction market. Yeah, there are guys who use that. Good call, user. Right? They're guys who are basically making poly market videos. And I know a lot of your small cap guys, they've gone there because again, it requires a bit of a degenerate kind of spirit, uh, to be in penny stocks. And then, the natural, you know, move from there, besides crypto, besides the meme, would be that poly market stuff. Okay, it would be that poly market stuff. Yeah, Pro Style. Thank you for that email. Yeah, I'll go ahead and shoot you that. Those of you guys in here, you should already have my download. That download I sent you guys with my trading strategy. All right, which was a winner today, which was a winner today. That was a great trading day today. All right, that was a great trading day today. Okay, here was the gap down based on today's trading. I had to get in on it quick, man. I had to get in on it quick. Here was today's trading day. But if you took my trading strategy today, you won money. Okay, you did win money as it did hit the signal. Because again, when the NDX or the QQQ crosses over, 0.75 or 0.7%, 0.70% of the day down, it rarely ever recovers. Literally 8 out of 10 times, it will never recover back to profitability. Okay, so that was a great trade. Okay, and that was really that weird run that started happening at around 1:30, where everybody started dip buying. That was annoying as fuck. I hate shit like that because when you start to see this rally into the close, people think it's actually going to run high to where we start filling the gaps. I can't stand that shit. I can't stand that shit. And I sometimes still go to stock twits, even though I don't fuck with that with stock twits like I used to, but I used to go over there to stock twits and see what they would be talking about. And oh yeah, we're coming back. We're coming back. You motherfuckers want coming back, man. When the market decides to sell off, it's selling off, particularly when it comes to the Nasdaq. Particularly when it comes to the Nasdaq, it's not coming back. Sat stocks, sat stocks. What do you mean by that, Pittsburgh? Oh, was that a stock? Oh, SATS was the stock. Echo Star Corporation. Not familiar with this one. Looking really good though. Let me get out of the 1 minute though. Let's go to a 4 hour. Woo! I love that on the 4 hour. I love that on the 4 hour. It's a beautiful chart. You gotta love it when these stocks come alive like this, because communications, specialty telecommunications. Yeah, I don't know anything about this company, but obviously there's been a serious material change that's been made in this particular company, right? Maybe a government contract or something to that effect that's made something grow here in a major way. Okay, so I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Let me see here. Nice, nice. Okay, let me just respond to this. All right, let's take a look. Shout out to iHub. Yeah, iHub. Shout out to iHub. Unless something changes, I've been trading Halliburton and space stocks. At some point, space stocks with a tight stop. Okay, I mean that's fair enough. Fair enough, man. I mean the stock looks really good. It's very healthy. Okay, very healthy. Let's look on the day chart. 4 hour wouldn't be so much different, but just looking at this, obviously, an inside, somebody looking to be a part of this would wait for a pullback just above the green line somewhere, and this one is really running away with it. So you just hope you get a chance, and that it looks so similar. This kind of run up here looks so similar to what's going on in GLD right now, or let's just use gold as an example. I mean, it's just that beautiful run up. Gold selling off tonight, but man, it was a very impressive stock, impressive, trade today in the market. Gold continues its incredible run. JNUG is what I also own as well. JNUG is another one that man has really, really been running with it. Again, I caught it back in the 180s, but it's just so impressive the way gold has been running. All of these gold plays are doing so good. GAU is another one I keep talking about. That one's doing really good right now. You know, the government is got to be, they got to be honest with us. The dollar is losing value, and it's losing value faster than it's ever has before. You go and look at the dollar compared to many of these like third world shithole currencies. We're losing value against those shithole currencies. That's how bad it is now. Pull up the Colombian peso, or pull up the South African rand, or pull up the Nigerian naira. Like, we're losing against shitty currencies because the dollar's losing value. We all gotta be saving in gold at this point, man. We all gotta be saving in gold or Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be saving in something else besides the dollar. Anybody in cash now, you're a fucking idiot, man. You're a fucking idiot if you're in cash. There's nowhere else to go but these liquid assets, man. You know, there's nowhere else to go because we out here losing money. We're literally losing money, and that's the thing. They're gonna look back on our generation, especially, and say like, how are these people willing to go to work every day for a currency that was losing value every single fucking day? And I'm not gonna have any response from my grandkids. All I'm going to say is like, you know, this is what the fucking system was like. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck was I supposed to do? Not go to work? You know? What up, Scott Silver during the Asian session made about $2,000 on 9 micro contracts. Could have made more, but I'm staying disciplined. That's all you can do, man. You got to stay in the game.
Supreme victory.
You gotta do what you gotta do to stay in the game. Let me give you one of Funk Flax's best bombs, man. Give you another one for that, man. Appreciate you. That's all you can do. There are days, man, when I'm using my trading strategy, and I swear I want to put my whole account on one trade. But is it worth? Is it worth it being that one day that it doesn't work? Is it worth it being that one day that it doesn't work and you got to start to zero? You know what I mean? You get to a certain point as a man where like you can't go back to zero because you're older. It's going to take way more to build back up, right? That's when you start, taking a little bit less risk. I see it in my old man. I see it in my old man. He's not, the risk-taking guy that I remember maybe when I was, 5, 6, 7 years old. When it came to his investment portfolio. You know what I'm saying? Because I see it when men get older. You're not willing to put up a lot of capital to potentially make more because you don't want to. You're not. You're too old to go back to the air mattress. You're too old to go back to the studio apartment. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. We're all men. If we have to do it, we're gonna do it. But you don't want to go back there. So yeah, I commend you for being smart and just doing what you have to do to keep the game going for you. You know, I commend you. Uh, Here's SLV, by the way. Here's silver. Again, silver doing so well, man. Again, you know, this is just beautiful, man. What's going on right now in, uh, in the metals? It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You know, let's go Q futures. I've never understood people who trade crude, but it is interesting to see crude, move a little bit higher off some lows that, a couple of days ago, here's a week ago, crude moving a little bit higher. So I'm interested to see whether or not where crude is going. We were enjoying, last week I was seeing some $2.38 gas in certain places. Now I'm seeing 262. You know, all this talk about Venezuela, I'm thinking these motherfuckers about to sell crude to 99 cents. They're not about to do that. They're not about to do that. That's why, like, a part of me is like, I'm not believing the whole AI story. I get it's going to revolutionize and it will put a lot of us out of work, but the idea that it's going to make everything more affordable and stuff like that, these people are just going to increase their margins. By getting rid of the most expensive part of a balance sheet, which is, of course, your human resources. But I don't see, you know, the price of healthcare going to 1/10 that we're paying now. I don't think ever let that happen. You know, especially in this country. In this country, anyway. In this country, you know, we already got other people who give healthcare for free. I got the TV on in the background because I'm making sure that if we get an attack on Iran, I want to be able to catch and see it. But it's a damn shame, man. 35 years of fighting wars for these people out in the Middle East whose country starts with an I, and $14 trillion spent, and we got nothing to show for it, man. We ain't got shit to show for it, bruh. Ain't a damn shame. We ain't got one high speed rail. We don't have, a fucking brand new airport anywhere, any major airport in this country. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just embarrassing, man. We've given away our wealth to these people, and these people over there, they've got, free health care. They got free university, and we're over here like, what the fuck is going on, man? You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. What's going on with this country, man? You know, they get to be enriched by what we're doing. Well, we've got to deal with the effeminization of my country, right? What we're seeing is the effeminization of America in all aspects of society. I can't watch a football game without a fucking woman telling me, you know, hey, I just saw the head coach do that. What's going on? When I watch football, I don't want to hear a woman on the TV. I really don't. I'm starting to see women on my football games, women in my basketball games. It's just like it's just annoying. They're in all the spaces that, like, you as men, you don't even really have a space anymore for yourself. As men, they're in everything, and yet I gotta continue to deal with, these little segments where they'll have about all girls football and girls this, girls promote girls this, and we're everybody's pretending like girls sports is like exciting or interesting. That shit sucks. I've got a 10-year-old daughter. I go to those. It sucks. It's boring. It's boring. That shit is boring. And then we got people setting up leagues and setting up, all these things, buying $2 billion team. No, what's that? Two new WNBA teams. Like bruh, everybody's just like, I don't know what's going on, man. Our schools are going to shit. I don't know if anybody's got public age school kids. Our schools are shit. I'm going to the middle school where my kid is supposed to be going next year, and an F, when I was in school, an F was a 60. Now it's going down to 41. So you can have a 42 and still get pushed on. So a 41 is an F. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm sorry, I digress over here, man. I just feel like, I'm looking at China doing all of this amazing stuff. They've got $2,000 cars, $4,000 cars. They got a 79% home ownership rate for millennials. They've got, affordable health care. And I'm looking at my country, and we've got dilapidated roads. We've got 80-year-olds still in Congress. We've got people who just refuse to retire. We've got people who can't retire. What the fuck is going on with my country? You know? We've got Somalis who are telling the government they've got 300 kids, right? In a space that's 600 square feet, taking in $5 million. How do you pay a 600 square foot business $5 million for 300 kids? How does that even count? Like what's going on? And then nobody's getting arrested. Why? Because politicians were taking cuts from the money, right? The Republicans have done nothing about this Somali situation. Nobody's gotten arrested. Everybody now is on to something else. They brought up Iran. Now you're not hearing about the daycares no more. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. When I used to watch the History Channel, if you grew up in the 2000s, the History Channel during the summer was a whole bunch of like Rome shows about Rome and you know what's this guy name? Alexander the Great and all that shit. What? This is what we look. We look like the fall of Rome. It looks fucking just like that. Everybody's fucking corrupt. All the politicians can't be fucking trusted. Everybody seems to be just like this. This is what America looks like. And you want to be hopeful, but bro, what do you tell me something to be hopeful about America right now? At $37 trillion deficit in debt. What is there to be hopeful for about? We've got leaders who are in their 80s. They're going in their 80s. They have children in going into their 50s. We wonder why America looks the way we do because we have leaders who haven't had children in 40 years. You know, you try to say, oh well, we get the conservatives are back in charge. We have the conservatives that are split into two groups. The conservatives now, the Republicans now in America are you either a Republican who believes that we should be serving that country in the Middle East, or you're America first, and you're just fighting in between. That's all it is, you know. And it's like, okay, we can't let the Democrats win because then everything is gay, 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 and nothing's going to get done. Everything's just going to be gay, 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 and that's what it is. Gay, 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 women first. Gay, 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 women first. You know what's going on, Eban? One day, 1975. Shout out to everybody in the chat room right now, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat room right now.
Monster kill, 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 kill.
I'm sorry, I just had to rant a little bit because I'm just fucking sick of this shit. You know what I mean? Do I have to be one of these motherfuckers that goes and lives in Thailand? If I gotta do that shit, I'll do it. But it's goddamn sad that we gotta leave a, 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 a beautiful country to go to a third world country just to be able to you know thrive, just to be able to thrive. And I get it. I see why. You know, what's his name? Foose. Gosh, Cameron Foose. Cameron Foose. He ran away to South Africa. Now he's in Thailand. He's done with America. And you starting to. Cameron Foose is one of those stock traders now. He's setting the trend now. I'm telling you right now, you're going to start seeing more. You're going to see more stock traders just fucking leaving this country, man. They're just going to start leaving this fucking country, man. You know, because you got a government that's not working for people. It's fucking insane. TSM 4 hour chart looking really good, looking really good. Pull back today. This is one where, oh man, look at that beautiful. Let me get that. Do I have that here? Hold on, nope. That rectangle. All right. Here's where, like, if you were looking for your end, all right. Oh, you would have just definitely bought the breakout. I would have definitely had bought the breakout and just hold it. And then, of course, your stop would have been underneath that breakout, right? So your stop is like somewhere right here, and you just hold it and see what happens. So, I mean, if you're sitting in here at 307, 307, 308, I mean, you're sitting on a little bit of, some nice profits, but this could continue to run here on TSM. All right. But what we'd love to do is see it come back, touch support, and keep going. All right. Again, just momentary price taking as we go ahead and find the next leg higher. Let's look at this here. But boy, it didn't. It moved sideways for months. All right, here's October to December. So I mean, you didn't go anywhere for months. But there were some. Uh, yes, you didn't go anywhere for months, boy. It fought like hell to hang on to that support level, though. It fought like hell to hang on to it. But it did. All right, so you had some buying opportunities there, but uh, it didn't look good for some time. But yeah, that breakout looks very nice. That breakout looks very nice on TSM. TSM earnings 1 to 2 a.m. Okay, yeah, but it looks nice. I really hope they knocked it out the park, which I do believe they would. But at the end of the day, what does the valuation say? What does the valuation say? Because I have no doubt that the orders were coming in, and they made a shitload of money. Everything that TSM has been, well, Nvidia has been doing, just tells me that TSM probably killed it as well. You know, because when I'm hearing the Nvidia CEO talking about 5 billion, 10 billion possibly in sales in a quarter, that tells me TSM did very well as well too. Why do many traders go to Puerto Rico? Yeah, for that's the tax benefits, and the beautiful women too. A lot of those guys are in Puerto Rico not just for the tax benefits, but they're down there getting them cheeks from the mamacitas. The women in Puerto Rico are beautiful, man. There's some beautiful women in Puerto Rico. Beautiful women in Puerto Rico. It's like DR without all the HIV. You know what I'm saying? Because the women in Puerto Rico are cleaner, but at the end of the day, they do cost a little bit more because they use dollars down there. So you're gonna have to spend a bit of pretty penny. But because of that, you got a cleaner woman down there. Yeah, you got a cleaner woman down there. So if you're not really trying to get in the dirty, that dirty of the Dominican Republic, because the Dominican Republic is dirty, boy. That shit is dirty. You want to put two condoms on. This country is the richest in the world, yet we don't even have free health care. Yeah, Jeff, we don't even have free health. It's just it's. I saw your comment earlier. I wanted to touch on that, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy why we don't have free healthcare as an industrial nation like we are. Again, spending $14 trillion to benefit people, you know, in that country in the Middle East while we starve. We are being sucked, literally like vampire. They are a vampire on our neck. All right, let's keep going with some stocks. We're gonna fit it in, but let's keep analyzing these stocks. You guys see that beautiful recommendation I made back on Monday on MSFT? This is a sell right now, bro. This is a sell right now, and at this point, if you're not shorting Microsoft, meaning with some, maybe you're selling some out of the money puts. I mean, out of the money calls, right? A deep in the money call spread on something like this. Maybe you can look out, a week and sell those. 460, 460, yeah, not 460s. I would say maybe 440s, 445s. But if not, just wait. And what you're going to do is look for another possible failure of of a breakout, all right, or a breakout attempt. Because eventually he's going to sell off, but somebody's going to dip by, and you're going to have a second leg where they're going to try to make an attack, right? Try to attack this resistance level again, and you're going to be looking for another opportunity to short. Okay. Otherwise, we buy the breakout. If it breaks out, we buy the breakout, and then we set a stop underneath it. But if it doesn't work out, then of course you definitely take that short. If we fail getting back to support. All right, in Microsoft. But right now, all you can do is watch, man. All you can do is watch. Okay. And I'm trying to figure out what does it look like when you see one fail support. And it looks kind of like this. Here's another one where the stock opened up, failed support, right, or failed a potential breakout of a resistance level, okay, and then came right back down again. All right, and then here's the breakout again. Breakout of resistance. You buy the breakout every single time. You buy the breakout. The indicator, right? You buy that breakout. You would have set your stop. Man, this had to be an earnings or something like this. Gap up tells me it must have been some kind of earnings play or something like that. But you would have bought that, set your stop, and then continue to move your stop across the indicator just below it, moving it higher, 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 higher. All right, until it force broke down. Okay, touch resistance or touch support. God, I keep getting support and resistance confused. SLB stock. What's going on, Tangy? No, man, I'm not Tangy. I'm not one of those guys who says pause at everything. You know what I'm saying? You know, somebody says wet cheeks, pause. I don't want to do all that, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. SLB. Is that a stock? Oh, okay. Shout out to you, SLB. What is this? Industrial contract drilling. Once you get involved in these indexes, you do start to uh, forget some of these tickers. You know, I got to give you the Pokemon one because, like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? I should have probably given it with the other one, but who are you?
Who's that Pokemon?
Yeah. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out who are you. This is a big, big trend change here. All right. This is another stock. It seems like there's been some real material change that's happened in this company. All right. Because it looked really, really bad for a long time. Now I put on the monthly chart here. Here's the 200 moving average on the monthly chart. So we're still, getting ourselves under there, but that's a big change of direction. Again, don't know too much about the stock. Okay. So Google's one of the strongest investments out there. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, absolutely. No, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. I mean, yeah, I would never leave Google right now. Google is almost like, let's put up that weekly option, weekly time frame. Google, here's the weekly time frame. Google reminds me of Apple from 2016 to 2018 when all you had to do was literally buy in the money Apple calls every fucking week and you were killing it. Okay, you were killing it. If you go back to Apple, let's say 2016 to 2018 down here. Let's see, where is that? Yeah, there it is. You were literally like, yeah, here's around 2016 to 2018. Okay. You could literally just buy Apple calls, in the money calls every week, and it was just you were killing it. I mean, there's some losses here, but you were killing it. Okay. You were killing. Here was a couple other. This was what 2019. Okay. Here's 2020. So prior to COVID. All right. So it was that time, and it reminds me a lot of the same thing right now. Okay. Reminds me of the same thing right now. Although this run up is a lot more aggressive. Uh, but you have very few losing weeks. This is the weekly chart. Very few losing weeks. Okay. Very few losing weeks where you would just take an in the money, call debit spread and just let your money come in. It was nice. Very nice. And it looks just like that right now. Okay. It looks just like that right now. We're a little extended though. A little extended now for people on the outside. But if you're already in it, boy, keep in it. Here's another one where, you know, pull back to a support level, held support, okay, and you just got the breakout, so you just get a new high. So looking really good, okay, looking really good in Google though. All right, but for those people who are interested in it, all right, I'm not touching Google until I want to see a retest. I want to see a retest of 327, 328, because you're eventually going to get it. You are going to get that retest. I'm going to leave this right here because you're going to get it. And this is where you're going to want to be and see if the stock tries to touch here again and find some support. And then I want to be a part of that if we see that candlestick I'm looking for that tells me we're going higher. All right, I'm not going to let you be the person, that cashes out on my long. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let you be that, let you make me that person. Let's keep it going. STX. Seagate. Seagate is really interesting. Let me touch on this because Seagate is very much like, MU, Micron. Here's another one. And I like Micron more than Seagate, STX, because I think Micron just trades better. I feel like it's more liquid. But again, this is all is Texas Instruments. Texas Instruments is another one. TXN. Oh, TXN is not put. Oh wow, I thought TXN would be running with the memory game right now, but TXN is not. It's starting to get okay. It's starting to move. TXN is a late mover. I thought they'd be up there by now. I mean, TXN's got exposure to the memory game. I'm actually surprised. Okay, but here's STX. Let's take a look at that one right now. Okay, again, beautiful support level at 271. Touched it several times. You had buyers accumulating. You tried to break out. Unfortunately, it didn't hold too long, but eventually now it looks like you've gotten something out of it. All right, after that initial new high. You gotten something out of it, but can we get one more retest of the 280, 284? That'd be nice. But it looks like you might actually be trying to do something higher here. Let's go. But man, it's going to be interesting to see. But I definitely do think you get another attempt to the downside and maybe try to see if the launch is real. But it does look good though. I'll give it to you. It looks really, really good. Here's MU. All right. Here's MU. Very consistent. Very consistent. Here's another one going back to November of last year. All right. Topped out a little bit. Then the stock broke out. Looks really good at the breakout. You buy the breakout. Okay. I want to come down a little bit here. Beautiful breakout on MU. And you get that breakout, you're like, okay, the next day you're like, okay, is this gonna rip? Then boom, and then you just hold it. And boy, look at that run. I mean, this is what is that, $45 run? I mean, you got an in the money option here. You did very, very well on MU. Very, very well. I think Shaq invested in Google a long time ago. They say he made over 400 million. It's so funny because, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know if Shaq. I don't. Do you guys think Shaq is as rich as he is? Because man, I feel like somebody who should be as rich as Shaq is, he shouldn't be working as hard. I feel like he's everywhere, and he doesn't work like a billionaire, bro. He doesn't work like somebody who's worth $500 million. He works like somebody who's worth 10. You know what I'm saying? He's doing NBA tonight. He's doing that cheap car insurance, and he's doing door ring bells, and he's doing okay. Maybe that's just his thing, but when I'm gonna say when white folks got money, they work less. You know what I'm saying? They work less. They don't work more. You know what I mean? He working like a brother who ain't got money. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to say about Shaq. That's the thing. For a guy who did, by the way, yes, he had an $80 million contract in 2000. Go look at his deal with the Lakers. I believe that second deal was an $80 million deal. This was like '03. $80 million in '03. And then, we're 23 years later, you still on, commercials. You did this thing with Papa John's a couple years ago, and then you're doing this, and then you're doing that. You, I feel like you're moving like a broke man. You're moving like a broke man. You know what I'm saying? You say ambitious people don't lose their ambition. I'm not saying you lose ambition. I'm saying you move differently. Do you know what I'm saying? You move differently. It's not about being on a commercial is not ambition. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that I did also watch a show where he says that he makes himself a pitch man because he's also got maybe ownership stake. If that's the case, maybe I'm just, wrong on that and he's just doing what he does and that's how he moves, you know. But I'm thinking people who are worth $500 million don't move like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't move like that. You know? I saw, not to use Warren Buffett because that's a drastic example, but we saw Warren Buffett on one Coke commercial and you never saw it since. That was like in the early 90s, you know. I think there's that Warren Buffett, that was just like Warren Buffett Coke commercial. Warren Buffett was, what was that? Wasn't that? Like he was in like one Coke commercial. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah, okay, maybe he's doing side quest. There you go. Maybe the brother's doing side quest. You know what I'm saying? But I'm watching him. He's moving a little slower than before. He still looks good, but he's moving a little slower. You know, I'm saying, brother, get some rest because it's very rare that men that big live, far, far into their later years. Because usually, men that big don't live deep into their 50s or 60s like that. How old is Shaq? How old is Shaquille O'Neal? 53. Okay, he's 53 years old. All right, so he's in his 50s. He needs to be like pulling back a little bit. When you're 7'1", 53 years old, I know he's at least still 260, 270. No, not even. He's still got to be 300 pounds. What am I talking 260? Shaquille O'Neal's definitely over 300 pounds. All right. 300, you're 300 plus pounds at 53. That's a lot, man. That's a lot on the heart. Okay, that's a lot on the heart. President Trump signed proclamation imposing an immediate 25% tariff on computer chips, notably NVIDIA H2. Okay, I mean, it is what it is. You know, when's that Supreme Court ruling coming down with this tariff thing? Because they're talking about Supreme Court tariff ruling. Yeah, that court ruling that we're waiting for is any day now. And real talk, this is a court ruling that could like bankrupt this country, bro. The media ain't talking about it, but this man has made companies spend billions of dollars to change the way they do business. If this Supreme Court ruling goes against the government, companies can sue the government for the damages resulting in the change they made of their operations due to the tariff. This could bankrupt this country. I mean, literally. Nobody's talking about that. Everybody's not talking about that, but it's some real shit.
Oh my God!
You know. Yeah, it got delayed. It got delayed. And you better be aware of it. That's because I'm telling you right now, the market's gonna woo. Boy, if that ruling comes back against Trump, it's gonna be ugly, bro. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be an ugly couple of days, man. Because you gotta understand, billions on billions on billions of dollars, have gone into implementing changes in regards to the tariffs. You've got businesses who decide to order things or put things aside. Companies that have decided that, okay, we're going to build a factory over here just because of this tariff thing, change their whole operations. You said 250 billion collected in tariffs. Absolutely. So, man, this could be devastating, yo. This could be some real devastating shit for this country. You know what I'm saying? We already got shitty infrastructure. Imagine now we got, billions of dollars that we got to pay out. You know, let's keep it going. Give me some tickers that you guys are looking at. Shout out to everybody who's jumping in on GAU, by the way. I'm going to keep pushing that. I don't really trade these penny stocks, but I'm excited about GAU. All right. I'm excited about GAU. Let's keep going up. Let's keep going. I'm going to push this ticker. Shout out to my Arab.
Allah Akbar!
We blowing this one up, man. We blowing this one up, man. Let's keep it going. Yeah, it is shit now, man. It is shit. That's why I tell you, all of this AI stuff is only going to widen the wealth gap. You're going to have all of this is going to widen the wealth gap because all the people that are going to make the money are going to be the people who had inside, investments. You got in early. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% of these companies, and They've got incredible AI technology, and you're going to make astronomical money being a part of those organizations. Why everybody's still, you know, left in analog, you know, analog. That's why even as an individual, man, just do your part in learning the technology. Watch these AI videos where people are updating people on LLMs, and just so your mind could be, you know, catching on with what's going on. Don't be like some of these people who are in denial about AI, in denial about what's going on. Because I remember as a kid, we had this old motherfucker, who lived not too far down the street, and he used to do cassettes. He used to just, oh, my cassettes. And when DVD came out, uh, him and my dad were outside in the yard. And, oh man, I love my cassettes. Y'all gonna get them things scratched up. Y'all gonna get them things scratched up, motherfucker. Where are all these cassettes at now? You know what I'm saying? Who wants to watch anything on a fucking cassette today? You know what I'm saying? But that's what it was like. That's what it is like when a new technology comes to the forefront, and you just have these people who are in denial about how you know important this next step of evolution is, and they will fight to try to hold on to what they're trying to do, and what they've been doing, and how they've been doing it, and they will be left in the dust. They will be left in the dust, man. Toward the end, right when DVDs started coming out, they would come out with tapes that would be like high definition film. Like what? It's a fucking tape. It'll say like high definition film, high speed film, all for the people who are just in denial. You know, that were just in denial. Crazy shit, man. Crazy, crazy shit. Okay. You know, let's keep it going, man. Cats, Caterpillar. Yeah, man. Caterpillar's running because of cheap dollar. That's what it is. That's what Caterpillar's running. Cheap dollar. Caterpillar's running because of cheap dollar, man. All this debt in the world. Caterpillar's running because of cheap dollar. Oh shit, that was a nice move on Caterpillar. Beautiful move on Caterpillar right here, man. Beautiful move on Caterpillar. This is what you love to see on a stock that's running. Came back, okay. You got some support, which the indicator shows you. Comes back, gives you all the indicators you need that hey, this trend is going to continue, right? Doesn't even touch it, and nice run up, okay. Gives you a closing candle for a red for a potential sell signal, but then it doesn't move. It doesn't keep forward. It doesn't keep going. Doesn't keep going down, right? So you see this, and you're like, okay, well, let's wait for the breakout, right? So you look at for a recent resistant level. You get the breakout candle, and it's just been a beautiful run. And here we go right back up. Here we go right back up. So now, if you're trying to look at cat and say, okay, how do I become a part of this? All I'm looking for now is a possible retest of of a support level. Okay, come down to as close to this green line as possible, and give me a candlestick that shows that you're going to keep going. But cat's looking great. Cat's looking great. Cat is a short opportunity if the market continues down tomorrow. Well, it could be. Oh, it could be. It could be. I mean, I'm not shorting it. I mean, I wouldn't short it here. Okay. In order for Caterpillar for me to be a short, I have to see it, close beneath some support levels. All right, and break lower. Okay, and I'm looking at one right here. So I wouldn't even look at cat. All right. I wouldn't even short cat. beneath that level. On this time frame. On this time frame. Let me say that. On this time frame. You guys doing 5 minute, 3 minute, all that day trading stuff, that's great. But I wouldn't even touch short on this time frame anything, above these levels. I wouldn't even look at that. I'd leave cat up there. Okay? And what is that? That's what, 594? Okay. And you would look for something just kind of like this for it to, of course, something higher because you're looking for that higher low. Okay. We're not looking to see it come back because now it'd be red, but we're looking for that higher low showing that we still got retail and institutional support for higher prices. Okay, okay. Not CELH. Yeah, I wouldn't support no short and cat right now. Celsius Holdings, beverages, non-alcoholic. Is this that one that's got that one? It's literally just Celsius, right? Man, these drinks come in and out of style so hard, but you can't, you can never long-term short these because, Coca-Cola or Pepsi comes in and buys these shits for like, you know, 5 for 1 and all of that shit. Bro, this is a one product company with a $13 billion market cap. Is this for real? Hold on, man. What? Let me see. I think they got somebody else. Does Coke own Celsius? PepsiCo has a significant strategic partnership and minority ownership stake, around 11%. Okay. See, I knew. Okay, that's why there's something seems to be not making sense. PepsiCo invested in Celsius in 2022 and expanded the deal in 2025, taking an 11% stake. Okay, all right, because that valuation looked a little crazy, bro. That valuation looks a little crazy for a drink, but I mean it's still a lot for a drink. That's still a lot for a fucking energy drink. $13 billion for an energy drink. That's still fucking a lot, man. Let me see here. That's still a lot. You know, it reminds me of what happened to Monster. Oh shit! God damn! Have you guys seen Monster Energy? God damn!
Oh my God.
What the fuck? No, nope. Nobody in here brought this to my attention. Can't can't nobody say shit about this? Is fucking insane. Good lord.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Good lord. This is fucking insane. My God. Okay. Yeah, all right. I Something just told me look up Monster Energy drink. That shit is incredible. Like 2025 was that good for Monster Energy? I don't think I saw anybody bring up Monster Energy in conversation with me all last year. I don't remember anybody bringing this stock up to my attention last year in 2025. God damn. Yeah, look, here's 2025 for Monster Energy. 49 to 77. 55%. 55%. last year. It did better than Microsoft. That's what I'm saying. What the fuck going on, bro? I'm gonna have to look into that after the show. I just copied and pasted it. I'm gonna look after that after the show, so I have more information on Friday. All right. Good Lord, man, we over here missing money, bruh. Over here missing money, bruh. Fuck. God damn, man. What's this XCCC? Yeah, I don't know anything about corporate bonds, man. I don't know anything about corporate bonds, bro. I know a lot of stocks, but there's certain things hey, I'm gonna let the professionals have at it. Bro, I've been waiting for Macy's to die for years, bro. I've been waiting, bro. You want to talk about a company that I've been like hoping that will die? I've been waiting for Macy's to die for years. We're under that 200 on them. I mean, because it just would be a beautiful shorting opportunity. You know, here's, you know, here's, I want to say this is the move, but I can't. I can't say it because, not yet. Let's see if we get follow through, man. I want to see if we get follow through. All right, because they fooled you once. Right? Go back to October. Fooled you once, and that shit just turned around on them. Like, God damn, that's ugly. Just turned around on you after 4 or 5 days of selling. That shit just turned around and ran for 10, damn near $7, $8. Let's keep it going, man. You said 10% yield on bond funds, CCC bond fund. Okay, 10%. That's okay. Not gonna lie, I see younger coworkers drink two in one day. I'm bro like, yeah, it might be that addictive. I guess we should have bought some Monster or something. That's what I'm telling you, Markwell. You know what I'm saying? Niggas sleeping on it, bro. God damn. Look, I'm just one man. I need y'all to help me out. How we missing money like that, bro? We can't be sleeping on this money. But that also tells me I gotta go back in here and fix my screener. Because how did I miss this? How did I miss 2025 Monster Energy? Bro, the indicator didn't even change. The indicator didn't even change from August. You didn't even have I mean, I can see here you had a little bit, you had some pullback, but pulled back right back, to support and went back. Man, ain't no use talking about old money, bro. But it's just shit like that get me irritated. Shit like that get me irritated because I'm waiting. I have a zero DTE trading style now, but there are days where I don't have a trade. So it'd be nice to park my money somewhere where it can do shit like this instead of having heart attacks in gold because gold will be up. Like today, it'll be up $3, and then tomorrow it's going to be down maybe $2. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be nice to have trades like this that continue to do well. Let's keep it going, man. I remember when this was a penny stock, bruh. Who remembers APP, man? Who remembers APP? I think it did reverse split sometime back in 2021 or maybe 2023. But APP App Lovin is I'd have to do more research. I can't even believe where that stock is now. LGND. Legan Pharmaceuticals. I'm not a big fan of pharmaceutical stocks just because I feel like people fall in love and fall out of love with them very, very quickly. You know, beautiful run here. All right. Looks like you've got some sideways movement going back to October. Again, this could be a stock where it's a momentary consolidation looking for the next leg of support or the next leg higher. Okay, holding support here, very nicely. I don't want to widen it too nice, but very nicely. Okay. The thing about it is here, there's nowhere else to, oof, this, man, you held support here. So, yeah, I mean, if you're going to do something, would have been nice, do it today. Yeah, you would do it today and then set your stop somewhere under here. Set your stop somewhere under here. God damn, you closed damn near at the high of the day, but I mean, you had some opportunities at some 188s, 189s, and it closed at 196, so damn near almost $10 above the low. So I can understand you not wanting to get in at the high, but you'd have to just wait to see what happens tomorrow. But if you can get some in the 180s and lower your risk, um, I, I could see it. I could see it happening here. But again, what's the story? What's the story? But it does consolidate very well and then continue to move. It could be looking for the next leg higher. Could very well be looking for the next leg higher. Holding that 50 RSI pretty well is trying to get back above it. All right, trying to get back above it and start things anew. Okay. AGQ stock. Yeah, yeah. We talk about AGQ here. We talk about AGQ here. Okay. Have some exposure to this. But this is one of those again, man. Like, you got to take off the table quick because I mean, if when shit hits the fan, boy, do these. I mean, if you've ever been in a leverage stock that's not going the right way, man, that shit is painful, bro. That shit is painful. I've been caught in MSTX a couple times when that's been going in the wrong way. That shit is very fucking painful. Very fucking painful, man. Okay. God damn, I've been on a little bit too long, so I'm gonna close it up here in just a minute. Give me one more ticker to look at. Give me one more ticker to look at. Give me one more ticker to look at. Okay. Tomorrow is all about whether or not we continue to see some continued downside continuation in Nasdaq and the Qs. Okay. And again, I've been saying this on Monday that I've been seeing a lot of weakness here. I mean, our inability to create new highs. Again, valuations have been a problem, but the constant failure in our ability to hold on to the 620s was saying a lot, man. It was saying a lot, and sure enough, um, today's price action acted accordingly. But shout out to the dip buyers who came back in here. And let's see if we get another, and we will get another attempt here. And this move is going to be strong. It'll be a very strong move when it does happen. Okay, it'll be a very strong
Another
move.
one.
Shout out to Marquell. Thank you, sir. Um, it'll move nicely, and it'll move very very aggressively. So once we do get that move higher for the 625, 628 retest, that breakout, that breakout above 628, I'm a buyer. Okay, when that does happen, I'm a buyer, all in. Okay, I'm all in for the new highs once we do get that move. Okay, because that move is going to happen fast. It's going to happen fast. I don't even want the low. I don't know where that low is going to be at, because this could very well just be a higher low right here, and we could, it could turn around as soon as tomorrow. Okay, I see the trend line. I don't want to, I see the trend line. Okay, I don't want to go, but I see the trend line. You know, I'm gonna leave it on there. But you know, are we trending higher? Could we be? They got a lot. They got a lot to defend tomorrow. They got a lot to defend tomorrow. Let's go to BIDU. Here's Baidu. Oh, Baidu breakout. Yeah, yeah. I'd like this. Baidu breakout. Yeah, love it when fighting a resistance. Resistance hopefully becomes support. You know, and again, you would set your stop somewhere underneath here. You know, 145, 146. You know what I'm saying? Even 148. No, that 148 might be a little too close for a Chinese stock. These Chinese stocks, they move up $2 or $3 a day, so you can't set your stop too close. But if this is a breakout to higher prices, this could be very. Oh, okay, yeah, and you might want to spread it back here too, and just kind of see. Baidu's been struggling for some time, so this could be an interesting move for Baidu here. Okay, it's been struggling for a very, very long time, and 160 going back to 2023. Okay, yeah, that looks entertaining, my man. I'll give you that supreme victory.
Supreme victory!
I'll give you that one. I'll put that on my watch list for sure. Yeah, I put that on my watch list for sure. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Shout out to Baidu. I've always been interested in China plays. Uh, Let me see. Is anything else in China moving? Is JD? Let's see what JD is doing. Nothing there. Let me get another China play. Gosh, Baba. Oh, okay. There we go. All right, let's go to the daily. All right. Okay, Baba breaking out of some negativity. All right, breaking out of some negativity here. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right. Yeah, breaking out of some negativity. I mean, this is a big move. That's a $10 move going back to Monday. That's a $10 move off the lows. Actually, $14 off the lows. I'm seeing yeah, almost $14 off the lows. That's a nice move on Baba. Uh, what's that ETF for China? Isn't it like is it Ying or Yang? Or did they get? Oh, I think those went away, didn't they? Oh no, they're still here. Okay. Oh, Yang. Okay, so Yang is still there. Is Ying still there? I thought it was Yin and Yang. What happened to? Let me see. Is it Ying or they just have Yang? They had a the inverse of Yang was Ying. Did they get rid of? Let me see here. Or they renamed it Ying ETF? Or they got rid of it? Oh, it's Yin. Yin. Okay, YNN. All right, I'm not seeing. Okay. All right, yeah, I'm not seeing it yet move. And again, this is kind of sector wide too. This is sector wide, but just kind of look to see if there's a change in overall sentiment about China. Period. But again, Baba and FXI. Let's look at FXI because I like to. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll see. I don't see an overall trend change yet. It's still a little early, but it does look very promising. Actually, it does look very promising. Let's do the monthly. Oh wow, it actually looks really good on the monthly right now. Looks very good on the monthly. China's been baited up for a very long time, and my problem with Chinese stocks, man, is that like America be like big fucking haters when it comes to Chinese stocks, Chinese, because it'll start running and then Trump will do some bullshit about like not letting them get this and not letting them get that. And I understand like that's declining power bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hating on the motherfucker. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like a lot of times we're doing in America. We're just like hating on people now. It's just a lot of hating on motherfucker type shit. Particularly like what's going on with Nvidia right now. Or we don't want them to have these particular GPUs. Motherfucker, they produce 250,000 computer scientists a year. If you don't give it to them, they're going to figure it out themselves and then we're really going to be fucked. You know? He said, "Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's the thing. Like one Trump tweet. Like I've played this China game before, man. It fucking sucks because he'll put out one tweet about something in China, like just on some hater ass shit, man. Should be irritating as fuck, you know. And the problem is that when Biden was in charge, Chinese stocks weren't doing shit. You go back to the Biden days. Yeah, here's the Biden days. Chinese stocks weren't really doing shit. Here's 2020, right? You had the little, and then the Biden days weren't shit. FXI was trash. Chinese stocks were trash during the Biden days. Okay, boy, they look a lot better now, though. I ain't gonna hold you. They look a lot better now, but you know, it does look a lot better. But man, that's yeah. He said, I don't know why some Americans have negative views on Chinese people, especially with spend. Yeah, man, it's jealousy. It's a little jealousy. At the end of the day, because you got to understand, man. You got to understand the Chinese people. It is. The Chinese people. They're blessed in the fact that you know they have leaders who are engineers. We have leaders who are lawyers. Okay, our leadership are lawyers. Their leadership are engineers. Do you know the Chinese leader? That man is a trained mechanical engineer. Okay, he's an engineer by training. When you look at the Chinese Politburo, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it right, but when you look at the inner leadership around the Chinese leaders in the Communist Party, most of those people are engineers. Okay, that's why China looks the way it looks, and particularly in these large urban areas. That's why they're so big about this Belt and Road Initiative and going to other countries and getting that manufacturing up, building up that standard of living. These are not lawyers. These people are engineers. Okay? That's why the next 100 years belongs to the Asian man. And it's undeniable fact. It's an undeniable fact. We're still playing, you know, 1975, 1980 games with these people who say that, they've been promised some land out there or whatever. But I digress. You got this country in Asia that's moving forward, not getting themselves wrapped up in stupid wars. They got bullet trains. They've got high speed 6G, 5G internet for $9 a month, the equivalent of $9 a month internet. I mean, it's a fucking joke, man. It's a fucking joke. I don't even want to keep talking about because I just get upset about how you know the supposed communist country, but yet these people are sending their kids over here and they're driving to school in you know Mercedes, BMW. I went to school with these Chinese people. They had money. They had a lot of money. Chinese kids had a lot of money, you know, because their country's making investments in their people. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's keep it going, man. Just hating, bro. Every PlayStation I ever bought was made in China. Every computer I ever bought was made in China. Every every phone I've ever bought was made in China. How are you hating on these people? How are you hating on those people when damn near everything, bro? We don't even make medicine in America anymore. Do you know how much of part of our, over 50% of our medicine is made in China? We don't even make medicine in this country anymore. You know, Devon Energy. Uh, there were some better plays. Like I like Duke. I like Duke Energy a lot. DTE up in the Midwest. I like DTE. Devon looked pretty good though. I mean, it looks like it's coming from hell and back, but nice trend, possible trend change here. Okay, here's another one where I'm gonna want to see some. Let's break out some multi-year resistance. Okay, this is 2024. So looking to break out a multi-year resistance here. That looks good. I would chase that. I would chase that. I would chase that if it breaks through it. You attempted to do it. It actually gave you a sell signal because you failed it. It gave you a sell signal because you failed it. But one, two, three potential taps. And but a little if you got close here, but you tapped again and failed it again. Uh, all right, and then there's a couple resistance levels above it, but idea again of being a part of that breakout, and hopefully resistance will turn into support for the next leg higher. But that looks interesting though. That does look very interesting. That does look very interesting. Bloom Energy. What's the ticker for Bloom Energy? Is there Bloom Energy? I thought it'd be Bloom, but maybe I got it wrong. Give me the ticker for it if you got it. Oh, is it's BE? Oh, okay. BE Energy. All right. Okay. So here, all right, here's another one. Made a new high, but then again, you had some profit taking, came back, touched support. All right. You actually had quite a bit of support here before it failed it. Uh, got to act down to a new support level. Almost failed that as well, but got back. Uh, Beautiful move higher here, but again, failing that break, failing to make that breakout. And at this point, all you're looking to do is just be a part of the breakout. I wouldn't even try it coming back down to support one more time and be a part of that. Because this it's tried it quite a few times now. And let's see what tomorrow does in Bloom Energy. Does look very exciting because you did attempt yesterday. Yeah, you did attempt yesterday to break out of it. But at this point, if it tried to come back, then if it sold off tomorrow, I wouldn't even, entertain anything besides a breakout at this point. All right. I wouldn't entertain anything besides a break. Let's look at the 4 hour. Okay. Here's the 4 hour. And man, it's very muddy. It's a very muddy looking chart. But there's so many areas here. So many areas that you can, again, I wouldn't bother doing it. I wouldn't bother doing it. Okay, but resistance eventually has to become support soon. Okay, has to become support soon. So if you come back down and you really want to be a part of it, you wait for 118. That candlestick tells me that you might have some support here in the 130s, which it shows that it has been some. You had a few closes there. I see a few closes there. But that's got to get a next leg to keep moving up. Small capper. Okay. BE, small cap? Nah, don't look like a small cap to me. It's got 31 billion dollar market cap. I don't know about a small cap, but and I get what you're saying though. I mean, it's a smaller company compared to. Well, it's bigger than DTE actually. Devon, yeah, bigger than Devon Energy too. Okay, bigger than Devon Energy, but Devon Energy's look. I like Devon Energy just because it does look really good there too. Okay, I haven't looked at IWM in a long time. I haven't looked at IWM in a long time, which is crazy because I actually have a trading strategy for IWM. Um, Rut, yeah, it's called Rut for my trading strategy. My trading strategy it goes by Rut, but yeah, IWM. Because I was like IWM, yeah. Because IWM does have a cash settlement version called Rut, which is basically the Russell 2000. Same thing. It's the same thing, which is Rut. All right. Let me get off here. I've been watching Bitcoin across different sessions, moving like a lot like the Nasdaq, with some influence from gold and silver. There's been talk about that. There's been talk about that, but they've been you know there's been talk about whether or not Bitcoin's going to do this and that and do this and that. I've been following it. I've been trying to get Bitcoin to do some exciting shit, but it looks nice now. I mean, it looks pretty nice now. We're back at above 95. Let's hold 95 and stay up there. Let's hold 95 and stay up there. You had that trend break there that looked really, really ugly that I thought was going to keep going lower, but we were able to recover it. So far, looking pretty good. And Bitcoin, we just got to hold the 90s, man. I would really like Bitcoin to hold the 90s. Let's stay above this 200 moving average and hold these 90s, particularly in the 4 hour. Okay. If these lower time frames continue to do well and then it works its way up the time frames, then it's going to look a lot better. Get above this 200 moving average. I mean, we got below the 200 moving average in Bitcoin. That's not a positive sign. So we need to get back above there ASAP. Okay. Because that's going to bring in more capital. That's going to bring in more institutional capital, and then we can, start breaking out higher. Obviously, you know, everyone just, $10, $30, whatever you got here and there, because we know what this thing can do. But it's tough investing in something that's losing money. It's tough on your mental. You're putting something in there and it's losing money, particularly when we got so many other things that are running hard and making really good money. You know what I'm saying? I would also say USO on your watch list. Yeah, I saw that. These folks done got Venezuela off the drawing board and lied to the American people like, oh, we're going to get all this oil. No, man, they took it off the drawing board. They took it off the drawing board. You know, Trump went and damn near forced Citgo into bankruptcy, right? Sold Citgo to these people out in this guy named something Silver out in the Middle East, okay? Last name Silver. I don't want to go into it. Sold it to him for like literally $2 billion under the bid, under the bankruptcy bid. And then, sure enough, 2 weeks after the sale of Citgo to these people, these small hats, now we went in there and took out their leader. And sure enough, Citgo is back into the country. It's so much fucking crony capitalism going on, man. Y'all look up that Citgo situation, man. It's so much Citgo. Oh, Silver. What's that? The guy named Silver something. Citgo new owner. Hold on. Citgo new owner. Citgo is being sold through court order auction to pay off its Venezuela's debt situation. Okay, but it was sold to a company. Paul Singer. That's not Silver. Singer. Billionaire Paul Singer. Okay. I'm telling you guys, I'm like, when Trump is gone, when Trump is gone, we're gonna find out that like 90% of his moves were like just hooking up people from that country in the Middle East. 90% of what he's doing is just hooking these people up. Look, read this man he bankrupted Citgo, sold Citgo to Paul Singer. Singer invested in Trump, right? Singer was like, "Hey, I got this problem in Venezuela. Maduro, he's forcing me to give him a cut, right? Because Maduro was like, if you're going to do business here, we need a cut of this. This is our country. This is, we trying to help our people. Blah blah blah, right? Maduro was providing free education, free health care. Okay, now that might not be a thing anymore. Who knows? Okay, Singer was like, "Fuck it, I'm not giving them a cut." Now Maduro's off the table. Maduro's out of there. And it all had to do with Paul Singer and the Citgo situation. Somebody's going to make a DVD about it once Trump is all out of here. Because it's always like that. Once these evil people move on, and then we kind of find out, how corrupt and wicked they are. You know what I'm saying? It's some crazy ass shit. Crazy ass shit, man. Chevron only can do something with the oil. It's a mix of that. It will take years to convert. I mean, they say that. They say that. We'll see what happens. But they got the king off the table, so they're going to be making moves, man. Now they got this woman who, in all intents purposes, is a leftist, but they're going to try and say, "Hey, look, you're a woman leader of this country. We're going to keep you in power. You do what we say." So she's got some choices that she's got to make over the next couple months. All right. Does she do what the United States and its hegemony says to do, or does she try to fight back for her country, for her people, and not allow Venezuela to be, uh, central market slave? Okay, to these oligarchs. Chevron. Okay. All right, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. That's going to wrap it up for us today, man. This has been a very exciting week. Tomorrow's a very exciting trading day. I'm looking forward to it. If we do get a nice bump here, it'll be really nice to see, my trading strategy play out tomorrow. Uh, my app is almost done. I really would love if you guys play around with that once it's done as well. If you get a chance to, see another red day tomorrow in the queues, take advantage of my trading strategy, man, that I gave you guys that email to. All right, that we wanted be wonderful trade today with the way that market opened up. It hit our alert. We set the trade, set it up, and then the market just continued to sell off. So that was really nice. Okay, the market really continued to sell off. Let's get back to the 2 minute, and so we can just kind of show you what happened. Okay, let's get back to the 2 minute, just kind of show you what happened here. So here's basically the opening day today. All right, sold off, hit that alert, put in the trade, and just kind of sold off. And that's wonderful. Wonderful when it does that. All right. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe now. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button now. I could use every subscriber I can get as I rebuild my channel and, rebuild the show, man. We're going to make some money off this. Okay, we're going to make some money this year, 2026. And this time next year, we can look back and say, damn, look at all this money we done made based off this aggressive, trading we've done. So we did it. Yeah, we did it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for tuning in to another great episode. I'll be back again Friday. I'm gonna bring some fried chicken with me. Again, I've been talking about losing weight, but Friday's my cheat day. Friday's my cheat day because I fast in the weekend. So Friday's my cheat day, and we're gonna have some fried chicken. I'm gonna get me a 40 ounce too, and yeah, we're gonna see what happened, man. Prayers that we don't attack Iran and get ourselves into another fucking disaster out there where we're gonna have to put troops on the ground, and we got another country in the Middle East that's going to turn into a big old clusterfuck. Okay, a big clusterfuck of insecurity. Uh, I just hope, man, we can be smarter than that this time around. But look, when these people call the shots, and you know you're under the leadership of someone who's a slave to other people, uh, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, if you guys remember, Netanyahu came to the White House. Trump did something I had never seen. He pulled out a chair for another leader. This is a man who wouldn't even shake hands with certain leaders. This man pulled out a chair. Pulled out a chair. Go watch that video. Trump pulled out a chair for Netanyahu like a damn butler. Pulled out a chair like a butler. That's if you want to know a man who definitely has some dirt on him and he's acting accordingly, bruh. I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life, bro. Where a world leader pulls out a chair for another world leader. You know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back next time. Tomorrow is another.